It's Unstable Topics with Sarah and Maggie.
Please hold for an important message.
Hi, you've reached Maggie's voicemail. I can't come to the phone right now, or I'm choosing to ignore your call. Leave a message after the tone.
Maggie, it is your best friend Sarah, and I was just looking over our events calendar and saw that we have a live show for Unstable Topics on December 23rd at the Comedy Arena in McKinney. And I feel like people need to start knowing about this now because it's coming up so soon. I mean, sure, it's just Halloween, and then we got Thanksgiving, but look, December 23rd is going to be here before you know it, and if people don't circle this date, buy their tickets, they're going to get to December 21st, and it's going to be sold out, and then we're going to get calls, and we're going to get DM, and people are going to be really upset. And I do not like to make people upset. As you know, it's a thing of mine. I like to make people happy. Okay, so again, this is Sarah Adams, and I will talk to you soon.
End of message.
Hey, welcome to Unstable Topics, a fast-paced, jam-packed, unhinged bestie podcast filled with facts, reacts, and made-up games in between.
We're your hosts, Sarah
And Maggie.
and we're excited for you to join our best friend hangout, where we surprise one another with things we find interesting or hilarious just to see how the other will react.
Our friendship might be totally stable, but you never know what your bestie might throw your way to knock you off your game.
So come shake things up, learn something new, and laugh along with us. This is Unstable Topics. Hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie.
So this is unstable, I think, for folks outside of the text train. What I'm trying to say is my husband and I text each other a lot about our kids' bowel movements. I feel like I'm just looking at my phone to text him like, hey, miss you, or hey, love you, hope your day's going well. And I realized the last text I had from him was from 2:29 a.m. and he said, big toot. And so if you were just some passerby who was looking at my phone and just saw a text from my husband that said big toot, it could be a lot of things. Like, did he just have a big toot? Is he calling me a big toot? Is toot another word for car? I don't know. And I just like, wow, that's not fun.
It's funny if you read any text messages with your significant other and how it'll be like sweet text messages, and then it's like very detailed logistical questions or very specific to the family. It'll be like, I miss you, I love you, bloop, bloop, bloop. And then it'll be like, did you print this form out for the school? And then it'll be something like, huge fart, LOL. Or like, I just blew the biggest booger out of my nose. Ha ha. And then it'll be like, can't wait to see you for dinner. It's like this, it's the cycle of sweetness, I love yous, mixed with, we have things we need to do together, mixed with, I need to keep you in the loop about a bowel movement.
Yes. So just in the last, not even 24 hours, this is the chain of texts I have back and forth with my husband. One, a news article about how Saudi Arabia is generating artificial rain, followed by she drank a bottle, close to sleep, almost there. Do you want me to bring her back? She's still moving a little, big toots. And then me, you doing okay? And then it's a picture of him smiling at work. And I'm like, great.
I know.
That's a full circle.
That's a marriage.
That's
a marriage in a snapshot.
It's just, I just looked at my phone. I'm like, man, big toots. That's the last message I had from my husband. If I were to something tragically happen to me and a police was looking at my phone, they would see big toots and be like, well, we got to question the husband.
They'd know immediately. They'd be like, this is the husband. If you were like unidentified, they'd be like, let's open this phone up. And then they'd say, aha, a text message about a toot. That must be her sugar daddy. Must be her special honey. That must be her hubby dubby.
And then someone's like, say, that's not anything. It's just them having a normal marriage on text messages. Speaking of terrifying noises like toots, Maggie, are
Mm,
you ready for your fact?
I am. I am.
The terrifying noises made by the raptors in Jurassic Park were sourced from recordings of tortoises mating. The sound designer also experimented with horses breathing and geese hissing, but the tortoises proved to be the most evocative.
Speaking of your happy dubby, the turtles. Wow. Have you seen this happening? Like at the zoo or anything? Have you seen
A
tortoises
tortoise
mating?
mating? No, I have not. I have seen Jurassic Park. Have not seen
Mhm.
tortoise mating.
I have. We had an event at the aquarium once, and there was a huge window by the tortoises, and everyone had to pass by this window to get to the event. And sure enough, the entire time people were entering for this event, there were two tortoises just raptoring away. They just look like such like little old men, like the Six Flags theme park dancing man.
Yes.
But they can get it. They can get it.
When I read this fact, I was more interested on like who's the sound engineer that went out to try and find this sound, and it was like, you know what, I'm gonna hang around these tortoises all day and see if they give me anything, because tortoises don't really make noises.
Right, that wouldn't be your first bet. Maybe they were at, like, a animal refuge, and they were,
Oh,
trying to record different animals, and then they heard it, and they're
from
like,
across the
"That's
park.
it!
That's it.
That's it! That's my sound." And then they ran. They were like, "I gotta get there fast. I gotta hurry." And
Man,
there it was.
what I would like to do is segue this into the react, because I feel like you've painted a great picture for our audience about how these sound engineers heard the
Mhm.
sound and raced across the zoo to discover what it was. So, Maggie, can you
Mhm.
give us your best raptor impression?
Now, do you want me to do a raptor? Do you want me to do tortoises getting
Well,
it on?
they should be one and the same.
Well, okay. I don't know, because my raptor might be like, "Cluck, cluck, 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 cluck," because they're really birds, you know? But my tortoise sounding like a raptor would be like this. Does that sound right?
That's exactly what I remember it sounding like in Jurassic Park.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack be a celebrity the gals can think of quick. It's time for You Don't Know Jack, where Sarah and Maggie share some facts about a celebrity named Jack and try to guess who it is. Sarah, are you ready for You Don't Know Jack?
I am ready for You Don't Know Jack, and I really hope it's not another family member.
No, it's not. I only have one cousin named Jack. It was so easy. You literally had to only know one of my family members to get that one right. Guessing this Jack might be a shot in the dark for you, Sarah. Born in Tennessee in 1866, this Jack makes some people giggly, some people angry, and some people lose their lunch. Sarah, who is this Jack?
It's Jack Daniels.
Yes. Jack Daniels whiskey in
Jack
particular,
Daniels
not
whiskey.
Jack Daniels, the distillery guy,
Yeah.
the actual human,
Jack
just
Daniels.
the liquid.
Yes. No,
You're correct.
thanks. Thank you. It took me a minute I knew what it was, but it took me a minute to realize it was Jack Daniels. But yes, Jack Daniels whiskey. Do you drink whiskey?
Oh, yeah, I'll drink whiskey. Yeah, sure.
Like a choice of yours, like a preferred drink?
I don't drink much anymore, so I wouldn't say that I'm like, "Oh, give me a whiskey. I'm really craving a whiskey." But I would drink it. If people were drinking Jack Daniels, I'd be like, "I'll have one of those. I'll have one
Yeah.
of those on ice, on the rocks."
Like I always see it, in Mad Men type of shows and movies. They're drinking in these really nice crystal glasses that are scotch. I'm like, that looks sophisticated. And every time I drink like what they're drinking. I'm like, this is disgusting.
This is not sophisticated. You should just put like a ginger ale in there. Feel the sophisticatedness of like a big ball of ice in a fancy glass, but have something that actually tastes objectively delicious. Well, that sure was fun. Thanks for playing You Don't Know Jack, brought to you by the most popular boy name in Hollywood.
Maggie, are you ready for your fact?
I am.
This fact was inspired by a recent discussion of you driving and how frustrating curbs can be in the world. It is a fact that alligators will give manatees the right of way if they are swimming near each other.
Wow, that's very respectful. That's very
cool.
respectful.
I thought this was a fact you could support because we understand
I do support
your
that.
frustration with disrespectful things in the road, a la curbs.
Curbs, which I do want to say, just to be clear, I received several text messages from people in support of my unsupport of curbs. And I think that was validation that I needed to take my issues to the city.
Good.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to write to the city of Dallas. I'm going to note the curbs that are particularly problematic, and I'm going to make significant change. This is my legacy.
Good.
As far as crocodiles and hippos, no, manatees.
Stop. You got both of them wrong. Alligators and manatees. I didn't mention crocodiles. I don't know if crocodiles would do that for manatees. I don't know their life.
You're right. I took it out of Florida and I put it in like Africa, That's what I did. Because alligators are in the United States, right? And manatees are in Florida.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Are crocodiles in the United States?
Absolutely.
Are crocodiles everywhere? Are alligators everywhere?
I think so.
Crocodiles have their teeth on the outside and like longer snouts. Alligators are like bigger bubbas, right?
Sure. Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. I look.
And the respect factor. The respect factor of alligators are the more respectful one.
Right.
Which I think that's what I'm learning from this fact, is that if I'm ever going to pick between a crocodile or an alligator to invite somewhere to become friends with, I'm picking an alligator because I know they understand the rules of the road and the respect aspect.
I do want to also add additional information. So when I fact checked this fact, because I'm like, this seems too good to be true. Alligators like giving the right of way to manatees in their swim lane, Apparently, manatees don't wait to get the right of way. They will nudge alligators out of the way, and alligators, I'm being nudged by this manatee. I'm going to back out and let them cut in front of me.
Wow. Wow. And that changes everything.
It really does.
Because now this isn't about just like an alligator being respectful. It's about an alligator getting bullied by a manatee who's throwing its weight around and just like, what are you going to do? Stop me? I'm in a huge manatee body. You're in a tiny alligator body. I'm going to go right past you. Like, that leaves me with a sour taste in my mouth about manatees.
Well, take that sour taste and put it into this react. Are you ready for it?
I am.
So we talked about the rules of the ocean roads, where alligators will give manatees the right of way. Now understanding the full picture of alligators and manatees in the rules of the roads of are you a manatee or are you an alligator?
I'm an alligator. 1,000%. I'm an alligator because I'm like, you want to go around me? Go around me. Wait, you're in such a rush? You're in such a rush with your huge SUV? Oh, you have to get past my minivan? Oh, go around me. Go around. I'll wait. You go right ahead. You're you're Mr. Hurry Man. And then I like to read their license plates and call that car by the license plate as they like zoom by me. I'm like, oh, look at you, you BLQ. Look at you 429PX. What about you?
I'm a little bit of both, but when thinking about this though and reading it, I really think it's a great illustration of alligators being I think you're correct, and manatees being curbs.
Absolutely.
Where you think they're there and they're kind and docile and are just there to help and be supportive, but They're
Mm-mm.
just sticking out and nudging people to get their way, you know?
Absolutely. Which is why probably subconsciously when you mentioned the manatees nudging, I had this like visceral reaction because it put me right back there to making the right turn.
I'm sorry. I should have given you a trigger warning.
That's it for this episode. Wasn't that fun?
Now it's time for you to subscribe and follow.
And share this episode with a friend.
Ooh, maybe even your bestie.
Find us everywhere online at Unstable Topics, and for more antics, visit us at the Monthly Junk.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.